In Gallery 610, we can see the Metropolitan Museum of Art's collection of works by Diego Velázquez. The Supper at Emmaus was painted shortly before he left for Madrid in 1623, where he would become the official painter to the Spanish crown. Though an earlier work, the Supper at Emmaus embodies the Spanish golden age of art. Velázquez has not only embraced the dramatic style of the Baroque period, but delivers an unprecedented personality and style through this work. The Supper at Emmaus captures the most dramatic moment in the Emmaus story in chapter 24 of Luke's Gospel. On the left, we see Christ breaking the bread, and on the right, the disciples have just realized that it is the risen Christ among them. Velázquez paints their astonishment through expression and motion. The disciple in brown is painted with raised eyebrows and a bent arm in the process of extending. The disciple in blue already has his arm outstretched towards Christ, as if to touch him. Simultaneously, this disciple is pushing away from Christ, and a sense of awe is conveyed. The drama around the disciples is compounded by Christ's serene expression. He is too still to be real. His stillness suggests that he is about to vanish at any time. Many Spanish painters in the early 1600s were influenced by Caravaggio. Velázquez was no exception. A key similarity between Velázquez and Caravaggio is their use of chiaroscuro to bring prominent details to the forefront. The light source in the Supper at Emmaus is directly behind Christ, and the outline of the halo gives the effect of radiating light from Christ's head. The light hits the eyes of the disciple in blue, visually representing eyes being opened. This contrast between the illuminated Christ and the obscured disciples furthers the drama of the narrative. A focused light source also allows Velázquez to display his painting skills and textures, as he details the clothing, the tablecloth, and facial expressions. While the fabrics are elaborated, there is barely any still life, demonstrating Velázquez's confidence, as he does not feel the need to overload on this technique. What separates Velázquez from his contemporaries is his ability to challenge the viewer's perspective. For example, Caravaggio's The Supper at Emmaus features the innkeeper as part of the narrative, with Christ as the central figure. Cavarozzi's Supper at Emmaus also features the same. However, Velázquez has rotated the scene, and this puts the viewer in the place of the innkeeper. This effect brings the scene directly into the space of the viewer. By placing the viewer on a tertiary character, Velázquez also introduced the prominence of the common individual in his work. This is evident by other notable works such as his portrait of Juan de Pareja or the servants in Las Meninas. While influenced by Caravaggio, Velázquez imbued the Supper at Emmaus with his own Baroque style. Not only does he remain one of the most well-known Spanish painters, his work continues to embody the great heights of Spanish culture.